Hello everyone, and welcome. I'm excited to kick off our session today with a focus on something truly vital, building a culture of care and emotional intelligence. Today's journey is all about what it really means to see, hear, and care for one another, not just in the workplace but beyond. We'll explore how empathy plays a key role in creating meaningful connections. Over the next few slides, we'll dive into practical ways to foster this environment and make caring part of our everyday interactions. So, let's get started and see where this journey takes us. Before we dive into building empathic cultures, it's essential to start with a clear understanding of what empathy really is. You might think of empathy as simply feeling sorry for someone, but it goes much deeper than that. At its core, empathy is about truly connecting with others on an emotional level. It's about seeing the world from their perspective and understanding their feelings. Now, alongside empathy, we have emotional intelligence. Think of emotional intelligence as the engine that drives our ability to be empathetic. It involves skills like self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, social skills, and of course, empathy itself. When these elements come together, they create a powerful force that allows us to build more meaningful, authentic relationships. Understanding these concepts is crucial because they form the foundation of a culture where people feel understood and valued. When we harness emotional intelligence, we're not just reacting to situations, we're responding thoughtfully and with genuine care. So, in this chapter, we'll explore how developing a deeper understanding of empathy and emotional intelligence can help us foster more connected and compassionate workplaces. Empathy is so much more than just perspective-taking. It's like an emotional radar, the ability to sense unspoken moods and pick up on the energy in a room. It's about reading those subtle cues and responding with genuine care. Taking compassionate action then is about how we respond to others' emotions with presence, kindness, and intention. It's not just feeling what someone else feels, but truly connecting with their emotional state and showing we care. When we talk about behavioral empathy, we mean actually acting in ways that reflect understanding and support. Feeling what others feel, that's the effective side. It's a deep emotional resonance that goes beyond just knowing intellectually. And then there's cognitive empathy, which is understanding another person's perspective, thinking through their lens, even if we haven't shared their experience. All these elements work together to make empathy a powerful tool, especially when we're aiming to create genuine connections and foster compassionate environments. It's about engaging with others on a deeper level, beyond just surface interactions. Let's talk about the importance of driving intrinsic purpose and building meaningful connections. When we understand our core motivations, we're more likely to engage authentically with others, creating stronger relationships. Motivation and social skills go hand in hand. Knowing your triggers and choosing your responses wisely is key. Being self-aware helps us recognize what sets us off and allows us to regulate our reactions. Emotional intelligence, or EQ, is absolutely critical for effective leadership, teamwork, and navigating change with grace. It's about recognizing, understanding, and managing our own emotions, while also being attuned to the emotions of others. Think of EQ as the foundation of empathy. It helps us connect on a deeper level. This framework supports us in fostering trust, collaboration, and resilience, all essential for success in any setting. When we really attune to one another's humanity, we create connections that go far beyond what any policy, process, or technology can achieve. It's about genuinely seeing and understanding each other on a human level. This kind of connection is powerful because it builds trust and empathy, which are the foundations for meaningful relationships. As the slide says, empathy connects us beyond words, and that's exactly the point. When we lead with empathy, we forge bonds that are authentic and resilient. Throughout this presentation, we've talked about the importance of human connection in creating a more compassionate and effective environment. This slide reminds us that at the core, it's our ability to connect emotionally that truly makes a difference. Empathy is often thought of as a soft skill, something nice to have but not essential. But in reality, it's much more than that. It's a strategic advantage that can truly set organizations apart. When companies lead with empathy, they create a more engaged, motivated, and loyal workforce. And the interesting part is, these organizations actually outperform those that don't prioritize empathy. So, why does empathy matter in the workplace? Well, it fosters better communication, stronger relationships, and a culture of trust. When leaders understand and genuinely care about their employees' perspectives, it encourages openness and collaboration. This isn't just about being kind, it's about building a resilient and innovative organization. As we continue through this presentation, remember that developing empathy isn't just a nice-to-have, it's a critical component of effective leadership and organizational success. Leading with empathy aligns with our overall goal, creating workplaces where everyone can thrive. Empathic leaders have a unique ability to break down silos within organizations. By fostering understanding and connection, they align diverse teams around a shared purpose. This approach transforms individual efforts into a powerful collective impact, where everyone feels they're working toward the same goal. When teams are built on empathy and shared goals, trust naturally deepens. This trust leads to smoother collaboration, making it easier to communicate openly and work effectively together. It also creates a fertile ground for innovation, as people feel safe to share ideas and take risks. Speaking of safety, empathy is crucial in creating an environment where individuals truly feel seen and valued. When people feel genuinely appreciated, they're more likely to speak up, experiment, and be authentic without fear of judgment. All of this, shared goals, trust, and psychological safety, directly drives team success. When leaders prioritize empathy, they not only enhance team dynamics, but also unlock the full potential of their teams to achieve great results. When workers feel heard by their managers, it leads to some remarkable outcomes. For instance, we're seeing that those in empathic leadership environments are 61% more likely to be more innovative. That's a huge boost in creativity and new ideas flowing within teams. At the same time, employees under empathic leaders are 76% more engaged. Engagement is critical because it directly impacts productivity and workplace satisfaction. And an important point to note is that women of color tend to experience significantly less burnout when led by empathic leaders. This highlights how empathy supports genuine inclusion by recognizing and respecting diverse life circumstances, which is essential for a truly equitable workplace. Organizations that foster high empathy cultures don't just see short-term benefits, they experience stronger long-term performance. The Catalyst study clearly shows that empathic leadership drives employee engagement, sparks innovation, and improves retention rates over time. So, empathy isn't just a nice-to-have. It's a business imperative that can transform the way organizations operate and succeed. Empathy has become a fundamental part of medical education and leadership development. It's no longer just a nice-to-have, it's essential for effective leadership. When we talk about integrated training, we're emphasizing that developing empathy helps leaders manage stress, navigate conflicts, and adapt to change more effectively. Resilient leadership relies heavily on emotional intelligence, which is rooted in empathy. Leaders who understand and connect with their teams and patients build trust, improve adherence to treatment plans, and ultimately enhance care outcomes. And that's what makes healthcare such a powerful arena for empathy, because it directly impacts patient trust and their health. Empathy isn't just about building good relationships, it's about transforming the outcomes we achieve in healthcare. When leaders incorporate empathy into their approach, they create a more compassionate, effective system. That's the real-world impact of empathetic leadership: better results for patients and stronger, more resilient healthcare teams. In high-stakes environments, where every decision and interaction can have profound consequences, the ability to truly feel with another person is essential. It's not just about treating someone or checking off a box, it's about genuinely connecting with their experience. This kind of empathy, feeling with someone, can be the difference between care that heals and care that merely manages. When we approach others with empathy, we build trust and create a safe space where healing can occur. As the slide emphasizes, empathy isn't just a nice-to-have, It's a vital tool that can save lives. Remember, empathy saves lives and builds trust, and that's what ultimately makes our care effective and meaningful. Culture is not something that can simply be declared or written down. Instead, it's something that's demonstrated every single day through the actions of our leaders. It's shown in how they listen to others, how they respond to situations, and how they show up for their teams. These everyday behaviors are the true markers of an organization's culture. Building a culture of care through empathy means consistently prioritizing understanding and compassion in every interaction. It's about creating an environment where people feel truly heard and valued. As we move through this chapter, keep in mind that fostering this kind of culture isn't a one-time effort. It's a continuous practice, demonstrated daily through genuine empathy and authentic leadership. This approach not only strengthens trust and collaboration, but also aligns perfectly with our overall goal of creating a supportive, high-performing organization. So, when we talk about how leaders can foster empathy, the first step is recognizing that employees bring their full lives to work. This means understanding that personal challenges are part of who they are, and responding with genuine compassion and flexibility is key. Next, we want to respond to the whole person. That involves normalizing emotional honesty, making it okay for people to share what's really going on inside. Practice active listening without judgment, creating a safe space where employees feel comfortable opening up. Creating space for expression is also vital. Think of yourself as a sounding board, ask thoughtful questions, listen deeply, and hold space for growth. It's not just about managing tasks, but supporting their development and well-being. All of these points, showing compassion, encouraging honesty, and listening actively, are about building trust. When leaders do this, they foster an environment where everyone feels valued and understood, and that ultimately drives stronger engagement and better results for the whole team. Let's talk about the importance of allyship, advocacy, and creating equitable structures. These are essential components in fostering an inclusive environment. One practical way to do this is by embedding inclusive policies into onboarding processes and leadership development programs. This ensures that inclusivity becomes a core part of how we operate from the very beginning. Next, empathy training plays a vital role. By incorporating empathy-building exercises, we help team members understand different perspectives and develop genuine compassion. It's also crucial to establish feedback loops and encourage self-reflection habits. These practices allow individuals and teams to continually learn, grow, and improve their understanding of others. All of these elements, inclusive policies, empathy training, and reflective practices, form the foundation of an empathy-driven culture. Remember, empathy isn't something we're born with. It can be intentionally cultivated at every level of an organization through consistent effort, structured support, and ongoing practice. This is what our action plan is all about, taking practical steps to embed empathy into our daily work and organizational systems. By doing so, we build a more inclusive, understanding, and effective workplace for everyone. Caring cultures really lay the foundation for long-term success within organizations. When we foster an environment rooted in empathy and genuine concern, we build deep employee loyalty that lasts over time. This loyalty isn't just about retention. It's about creating a legacy of trust and commitment that benefits everyone involved. Loyalty and legacy go hand in hand, and empathy plays a crucial role here. When policies and interactions are driven by understanding and fairness, it actively supports employees' well-being. This approach encourages a sense of safety and belonging, which in turn nurtures a more engaged and motivated workforce. And speaking of engagement, empathic teams are also more adaptable. During times of disruption and uncertainty, these teams tend to adjust faster and work more cohesively. They're better equipped to handle change because they understand each other's perspectives and needs, fostering resilience. Ultimately, what does all this lead to? The payoff is resilience and innovation, especially during crises. When organizations prioritize caring cultures, they're not just surviving tough times, they're finding new ways to grow and innovate. This is how resilience becomes a strategic advantage, ensuring long-term success and a lasting positive impact. Let's commit to building cultures where everyone feels truly seen, heard, and cared for. When we create these environments, we lay the foundation for future-ready workplaces that are built on genuine care. Organizations can nurture this culture through intentional systems, supportive culture, and strong leadership. It's not something that just happens by chance. It requires effort and commitment at every level. And here's the good news. Anyone can develop empathy with intention and consistent practice. It's a skill, not just an innate trait, which means it can be cultivated by anyone willing to learn. Empathy truly has the power to transform individuals, teams, and entire organizations. It's not fixed. It's learnable, scalable, and always evolving. At the heart of emotional intelligence and organizational culture, empathy acts as a guiding force that fosters connection and understanding. When we prioritize empathy, we're not just improving relationships, we're shaping a more inclusive, resilient, and effective workplace for the future.